many skills, so to speak. Leadership skill, communication skill, and you have to meet a lot of professionals from all over the world, so you need to know about the culture. You know what? I feel so sorry for Stanley. As an 18 years old, you go to Google and taking all kind of stress that the company is going to put on you. If you can receive the salary, if you can receive the title, code, software engineer, whatever that is from his mother, I'm a software engineer coding, then the company expects you to produce the same thing as a 23 or 24 years old. Are you prepared to have your kids at 18 years old to get that? No, college is preparing you to really deal with the outside world. The pressure on you, the stress. And I know some of the counselor here has read a book by Jennifer Wallace. They asked me if you had read the book. Yes, I heard about that book. I flipped the pages because when I was studying for my PhD, believe me or not, there's one semester I have to read 50 books per week in order to write a paper. 50. So the way I read books is, you open a book, now please don't copy me. That's my style. I open up, first of all, I look at the back page of the book, how to introduce, what is inside. And then I look at the index, I look at inside, and I look at the conclusion. That's how I read a book. And because I play piano also. You know, piano, you cannot just look by notes. You have to read in advance how to, all the notes that you play on the music. So that's why my reading speed is very quick. I just write 5 letters to remind me what is telling me. So, where am I going? When I'm talking, catch my thought, remind me. What did I say just now? So that I am giving an example of reading fast. What did I talk about? Anyone?
Shifting our mindset.
Say it again.
Shifting the mindset.
Shifting the mindset. Well, not exactly. Well, anyway, forget. So, what I'm saying is that Stanley is really under a lot of pressure. And I want you parents, nowadays, especially now, what kind of core value you are laying for your kids? Ever since the first day he was born, or she was born, up to the day when they graduate from high school, what are the core values? Is it academically? Is it just academic? Well, I'm an Asian, I'm a Chinese. Okay, I can say on behalf of the Chinese culture, a lot of Chinese, they just expect the kids to live out their dream. Is excel academically, but they forgot that they are still growing. You know the mindset here? Until they are 23 years old, they are not fully developed yet. I want you to understand. And I really like the American culture. Okay? Every development, you want the kids to pay attention to one. But right now, I'm saying in a general sense, that the core value is to have your child to be honest and kind and has empathy. That means that you go inside a child's life to feel how he feels. I'm telling you, Stanley, I don't know. When I looked at him being interviewed, he was very nervous, I tell you, which is normal, 18 years old, exposed to the whole public. But for me, I'm confident. Okay? If I speak well, I'm who I am. I don't care how you feel about me. I'm 75 years old. Well, I don't know how long I'm going to live. But the thing is, I'm very confident. You want to produce a child that no matter what, I am who I am, I'm worthy. That is a child you want to produce. You don't want to see a child go out under a lot of pressure, and that book that Jack Wallace is saying, the toxic culture. What is a toxic culture? It's a poisonous that is growing inside to make you so stressful. Don't you think? I think 2/3 of you are very stressful. You know why? I don't know when my kids come home. Well, he has a test. I don't know whether he's doing the kind of grade that I expect him to. Come on, give me a break. Studying well is the child's responsibility. It's not your responsibility. You don't carry the load. And sometimes when I'm counseling the school district also, when I see those Chinese grandfather, I'm in an elementary school, 3 o'clock, and they're trying to carry that backpack from the right side to his back. A 16-year-old carrying a 5-year-old backpack and walking like this, give me a break. Always remember, parents, produce a child that has kindness and empathy and care for other people. But in today's toxic culture, it's just the opposite. I want to rip whatever from your pocket and give it to my pocket. That is so selfish. And you don't care about how the child feels. You don't care how inside that he is yearning for your love and care. When it's 3 o'clock after school, they come back. Did you do well in your grades? You know? They're under a lot of stress. I remember when all my 3 kids, right now let me tell you, I told you that my kids, when they receive the Harvard acceptance letter, of course, resistant or whatever, they did not apply for Stanford because by that time I was in New York. And we spent 20 years in New York. So I'm so happy I have the culture, East Coast culture and West Coast culture. And people said, do you think East Coast is better than West Coast? You know what? In this world, the culture for today is that don't be judgmental. Don't get biased. East Coast has a set of culture, there's a set of requirements. West Coast, there's something very beautiful. So you cannot say right or wrong, good or bad. Just get whatever that fits on you and don't comment and label it. Today we read a lot of news about standing case. And even now they are raising and asking for signature, to have 1,000 signatures in order to hold a meeting about transparency. Transparency about what? Also, every university has the requirements. Like for my daughter, she goes to Wellesley. And I heard that for Wellesley, the admission requirements, one of them is every year the requirements is so different. It all depends on that year what Wellesley wants. This year, I want all the Chinese that has brown hair and very athletic to pick up that year, to pick up that quota for that year. Because they want the school to be very balanced. Okay, it's not high achiever, to be honest with you. My oldest daughter, she has been working in an admission office at Harvard. That was what, in the 90s? And she said, Mom, please tell your people, please tell your parents that if you can apply for Harvard or Princeton or Stanford, it got already the high achieving, and then also you have the high GPA. We don't even look at the GPA. But you know what? We look at whether your child is balanced, whether they have a kind of heart, whether they can judge from their extracurricular activities, the sports activities. 1 year, Wellesley won all the Stanford that they have to play sports in Stanford because they want some sports people also. So you're asking, what are the requirements? Please, every university are different. It all depends on what they want for that year. So there is not a specific standard they want. So now, going back to why the kids goes to college is not so much pursuing high degree in your skills of learning the academics, but that you know how to deal with people. That's why you read about some kind of an advertisement about employees end up getting along with the other person, and they kill them. And some type of stories they are not even announced to the outside public. Now, I work as a school counselor, and I have kids asking me to write recommendation, because I write very good recommendation, and a lot of the school always ask me, how do you justify this kid has a high rate of not showing up in the school and you refer them to me? I have to have good reasons, and I know that kids well before I can write. Kids, school are looking for how your kids are adapting and adopting. Okay, so now how can you have kids like this? Now going back, I always said, parents, try to build a good relationship with your child. Your child needs you, not your good food, but a hug from you when they get off from the school bus, even though they do very bad on that day of the test. I remember one time, my youngest daughter, who at the end of it, 12 years at school, never skipped one day of school. Do you have a kid like that? Never. In the record, good attendance. How does she manage it? I still remember one day, she checked in school, and then she called me, Mom, can you pick me up? She checked in attendance to show that she was there. And then she was sick. She cannot manage to come home. Well, she's very goal-oriented. Even up to now, let me tell you, I'm not bragging. Because a lot of Asian parents, I purposely say Asian parents because I'm Asian. And Asian culture includes Indians, Iranian, a lot of countries centered on the east side of the world. And I'm a Chinese, and I tell you, Chinese are high achiever. And they expect the kids to be a high achiever no matter what, at the expense of the kids. You better go to Harvard, Stanford, and if you cannot, I love you less. Not that I love you, I love you less. And I remember that book, in Wallace's book. The parents kind of give her $20 to her kid. The kids wants it. The next step is that she tries to trash it, water it with some kind of whatever that is, and still give it to kids. And the kids said, I want it, Mom. But Mom said, this is all trash. It's no good anymore. No, Mom. It doesn't take away the value of $20. The same thing, no matter how the kids do. They are worthy of your love. And every day's attention, please give them a hug. One day, my third child, who is a COO now, not even 50 years old yet, and I was trying to brag. The day when she told me something about her company, and then I said, sure, that's a lot of responsibility to you. She's the regional director in one of a very big company in this United States. And then later on, she humbly said, Mom, don't tell anybody. I have been just promoted to be a COO. I said, what? I'm gonna get away from you, I'm scared of you. But she's fast. I did not expect her to be in this position. I don't say that you better reach the position. No, this child is one day come to me and said, Mom, I'm going to tell you something. I said, what? Please don't get upset. I said, what? I never get upset. Well, please don't raise your voice. I said, you know what, sir? If you continue to be in that mode, I am going to be upset. Okay, then I tell you. Well, today I got my test back. And the result is from C to shining C. And what's what it mean? Actually, it's the alphabet C. You know what C means? You don't want your child to get a C. You want your child to get A. And there's an A, you want to be A plus. So she got a C. Never in her life got a C. The worst grade that she has is a B plus. So I said, so what? You got a C. Then the next sentence I asked, did she talk on the phone last night? Because she loves to talk. I said, no, I studied. I said, well, if you study, and then this teacher still gives you a C, there got to be a lot of facts added to it. Did you see my attitude? I'm not judgmental. I did not get upset. And I trust my kid. I trust my child will do the best that she can because that is her responsibility. You don't get upset if you get a C or whatever that she did not do anything to what you wish them to. There got to be a reason. And so she said, later she said, Mom, actually no. I get an A again. I said, what are you talking about? Now that I upset because I think I'm being teased. She said, because the result was so bad. So the teacher used a graph to take everybody out. That's my child. Okay, when I sit down doesn't mean that the rest is not important. And so, what is my point? What has this supposed to talk with study? What is it about? I tell you, study, this case is a good reminder for all of you. What is it? Let the child be himself and do what he wants, as long as you give a good core value since day one he was born. And that core value is not just high academic achievement. Understand? You are the one who lives up as a role model for your child. Role model meaning that your child is living with you at least 16 hours, 8 hours rest, and 8 hours at home, and the rest of the 8 hours outside at school. So, whatever you say, whatever you do, they take it to themselves. They capture what you're saying, what you're doing. A lot of parents. I did it once also. I did it twice. I do it many times. You better do it as what I say, but not so much as what I do. That is not fair. That's why I just talked to Nellie this morning. A lot of times your child will say, it's a love-hate relationship. What do you mean by that? They love you as their mama, but they hate you because of what you're doing. You say that? Give it. Let that person have it. And after that, he's so stupid, why do you give it to him? He can't give it. It's like a hypocrite. A lot of times, I'm saying to myself also. Now you will ask me why. A lot of parents, why are you so good at giving me that much example? You know why? Because I went through myself. I am a very unusual child. I was very much abused by my parents, who has been a principal in the school also. I was being adopted and then abused. And I learned about what is committing suicide. And I knew how they feel when they're in high school, they want to commit suicide because 12 years old, 13 years old, they have their own mindset. This is it. I want to kill myself. Because the next thing is that I may be coming back. That's a very immature thought. They think that by killing myself is settling whatever that I cannot get. But they cannot understand it is a one-way street. Let me tell you, very seriously, nowadays, currently, there's so many suicidal cases. From September to January, I have the busiest schedule. I have to write recommendation and I have to deal with students with depression and anxiety. And September to January, because of seasonal change, a lot of people that suffer from anxiety and depression, their thoughts is coming up to the mind. There's a lot of suicidal ideation in their heads. Please, parents, today's the message is, be a friend to your child. Be kind to your child. I feel so sorry for Stanley. I don't care about, is he getting a job, that he got a job in Google. I don't care about how parents say, how is he going to get a job in Google? Is my child doing the same thing that if I'm going to college, then I got a job? Give me a break. When you hurt something, let me teach you one thing. When you hurt something, the first thing is, do your 5W, who is when I want. And also try to read as much news as possible, as much listen to the station. On the same point, let me tell you, one point that is announced in the news, if you listen to different stations, they have different point of view of the same issue. That is how you get this real impression, real image of that whole issue. So from Stanley case, I don't like my time is up. Some of the staff is looking to watch. Let me tell you one thing. Love your child. Be their friend. Know what they want and build a healthy relationship. It's not too late when you go home and give your child a hug. Don't even mention about what they study. I remember all the 3 kids when they come home, I have snacks ready for them. And at that point, at that time during my child growing up, I'm a high-level manager in a big company. I still make an effort to come home to see what their needs are. Did you know, if I lay a question to you, do you really know the inside what they're thinking about today? When they write that application to college, do you know what are their struggles? Or you are just sitting down. I remember all 3 of them. I am in my basement. At that time I was still in New York. And I told them, if you have any problems or application, I'm here for you. And I don't even give up. They do it all by themselves. Remember, don't take their responsibility to your own hand. They have their life. They need to take care of themselves. Let them be who they are. And even if they are not living the way that you want to be, they are still a very, very good soul. And let me tell you, if you are really helping Stanley, write some letter. Stanley, I feel for you. Whether he is not going back to college, I don't know. But I feel maybe he is very, very brilliant. And he can be a software engineer. But emotionally, is that what really Stanley wants? I can see from the interview. The interviewer is also from Gun High. And for me, if I make a judgment, it's so unfair to have a Gun High graduate interview of a Gun High graduate. That's biased, but I will say that. They have a purpose. Learn not to be so judgmental. Have more empathy, not sympathy. Stanley doesn't need your sympathy. Empathy and sympathy is very different. So be your child's friend and be more understanding. And don't ask unintentionally to let your child to live out your dream. Support them, not just financially, but emotionally. I remember when I said goodbye to all the 3 kids, after letting them off to the college, and I said, kids, it's your life, it's our money, don't forget, bye. Okay, that's what I want to say. And by the time, if you want to contact me, my WeChat address is capital letter Y-A-U, and capital letter R-U-T-H. So it's Yao Ruth. And my email address is ruth.yao1@gmail.com. And I have a group, the WeChat group, and tonight I have a session also. And there's about 3,000 people follow. And tonight's session is, how do you encourage your child to read? Reading is so important, okay? Encourage them. Thank you all.